Good afternoon. We made it. I guess good evening at this point. We're jumping in the middle of day one of the June World Championship qualifiers. And I probably still need to set up the scene. For one, we don't need that anymore. Oh, I'm on the completely wrong thing again. There we go. Okay, let me grab the display. And then we'll be ready to go. Boom. Fix it. I'll fix it. Alright. Just make it full screen. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Then that should line up nicely once the attack goes in, and I remembered. Something I didn't remember was I was going to have Jason make us an overlay for this. That's the wrong button. Try that again. So that we don't have to do this. This is so that it shows the player cam underneath of the chat. I don't know how far up it needs to go. We'll just do it like that. Oh yeah, then we can see the score. There we go. Alright. Let's see how Mr. Spiz does. This is going to be the first elimination match of the weekend. So we'll see who's going home here. And that's where I kind of wanted to jump in anyway, was on the first elimination match. So here we are. What's Spiz bringing to the table? It is, of course, going to be Root Riders. I haven't watched everything so far, but I was lurking and watching some of the early matches, and it was like legitimately 90 to 95% Root Riders. So there's been a lot of Root Riders today, which was another reason why I didn't really want to get on super early. I probably would already be tired of watching Root Riders. Would be moving on to something else. So I figured we'd jump in here, and that way we get to watch the eliminations. I think it's 2 eliminations today. Let me pull up the schedule. Loser versus loser. Loser versus, oh my god, that game sound is so loud. Jeez. Okay, that should be better. Ah, goodness. Actually, I don't even know if you guys could hear it. It's on desktop audio, which is muted, so don't really need it at all. But yes, so we have two matches where people go home today. This one and the next one. And then there will be 2 more matches after that where we'll find out who goes down to the lower bracket for tomorrow, basically. How's his attack looking? He's going kind of risky with it, leaving that Town Hall clear on the backside, but he's got a lot of troops left alive. Also going with the overgrowth here so that Town Hall damage isn't coming in as the troops make their way into the base. Okay. King still making his way through. Where are the Root Riders? They're all to the outside. They're pretty much all dead. This is not looking great. He's got the RC. Pops the RC's ability. So she does have the Rocket Spear to hopefully work on this Town Hall. Got the healers there healing the champion back up as well. Pops the Queen's ability. She's got the Rage spell there. Okay, so she should be able to get... yep, the Town Hall is secured. I was a little bit nervous about it. Hello, Moose's Play Zone. Welcome in. Hello, hello. There's that Cube Tosser on the back end of the base. It's doing a good bit of damage to that Royal Champion, so is that Expo. RC goes down. It looks like this is not looking good for a 3-star. It's not been a very good day for HTM from what I've seen so far. Nice try, though, to Mr. Spiz. Let me also shrink my my chat here. Oops. There we go. I think that's it. You are champions? Oops. That's the wrong button again. Dang it. You're a champion. Hope you're having a good day, Mr. Musa. There we go. But yeah, what we are watching is for the World Championship qualifiers. So we'll see. Actually, this one got a lot closer than I thought it would. Just that one Yeti beating on a wall. Still not really a time fail. I don't know, there's too much on the left side. I didn't even realize how much was still left on that far left. Hello, Roman. Welcome in. Good evening. We're jumping in late on the World Championship qualifiers because I wanted to... I just wanted to basically jump in halfway through so that the first match that I watch on my stream is an elimination match. Because I figured with as many Root Rider attacks as there are, I was going to be tired of watching attacks by the time we got to this point. So we skipped the first path. Or at least I did. I did watch a little bit of the earlier matches, and it kind of confirmed that it's still Root Rider Festival. But we'll see if we see anything fancy. Maybe something fun happened when I walked away. Never know. But I do want to see who's going to make it through and who's going to go home. Especially since whatever teams end up getting golden tickets, I'll probably get to see in person at the end of the year. But yeah. So I just think it'd be neat to see who I'm going to get to meet in person, because I am going to Clash Worlds. Are you a Clash of Clans member? Not sure what you mean by that, Musa. I do play Clash of Clans. I'm not part of like these teams or anything like that. Right. But yeah, it's gonna be another Royal Champion Charge Root Rider. We've seen lots and lots and lots of these. But I mean, that's what you get with hard mode. Alright. Got that queen setting the funnel on the bottom side. He's got the overgrowth on the town hall. That's going to push the troops away for a little bit. He does have a second overgrowth. Hey, Fonzarelli, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Well, they got through the town hall. He's still got that cube tosser in the core of the base. It's looking a little bit rough for Diego. Not gonna lie. He's got the Royal Champion in the core. He's got 3 hero abilities still. There's the Rocket Spear for the RC. She's gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. The Fire Spitter taking down the healers. Yeah, I don't know. We got the Ricochet Cannon on the back end. We got the Gear Tower on the right side. Down goes the RC. Oof. Yeah, this one's gonna fall short. Nice try to Diego. I didn't... What was the percentage on the last day? Like 78? So I think that's kind of the goal for Diego now. I see they got the same cameraman as before. Alright, well, nice try to this one. Hello, Jason. It's going pretty well. How are you doing? He's got it. He's got the percentage, so that'll give not Diego. That'll give Team Electros a little bit of an edge. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not going to be really any content out of this, which is probably why we'll start halfway through the day tomorrow as well. But hopefully, if something funny happens, we can make some shorts. We're just kind of here to see what's going on. All right, well, 94% ended up being pretty good. Mr. Lexnos, Itsu. They will also, well, I don't know for Itsu for sure, but I would imagine he's probably doing the official casting. So they will also be in Atlanta at the end of the year. And imagine that, it's another Root Rider attack. We got Van coming in. RC charge from that left side. We'll see. See how well he can do here. It's gonna have to do a high percentage attack, or if not triple, just to keep his team in it. Not Rhonda yet. We haven't seen Rhonda yet today. It's early though. She might make an appearance. We'll see. Double Earthquake, Giant Arrow for the Log Launcher softens things up. Again, we're going kind of risky. Look at the Town Hall. It's clear on the backside. We'll see if that ends up being an issue for him. I'd like to see another one of those Royal Champion tricks with the hook. But you can see why everybody's running the Crusher Mortar, because everybody's running Root Riders. I don't think it's really helped all that much, though, to be honest. Which is fine. We didn't necessarily need more defense power. And it's gone. Ooh. I don't like the way this is shaping up. Everything frozen in the core. The healers are at least still alive to keep everything moving. But I'm very nervous about that town hall compartment. Could be pretty much the end of the road for HTM if they don't secure the town hall. Is this the meta for Root Riders now, is to leave the town hall in the back end? So I think pretty much all the attacks we've seen already in this match have done that. I mean, he makes it all the way through, so I guess it's maybe not as risky as I was thinking. But he's going to be able to get the town hall, lock down the 2-star, and then he's got to push this percentage up. King goes down to Phoenix. Yeah, I'll be very curious. Probably not in these first 2 matches, but curious to see if any other teams are running any other strategies. Like I said, I only watched like 1.5 matches this morning. So I watched whoever was playing first and a little bit of the second one. I don't even remember which teams. I think HTM and Electros were in both of those matchups. That would make sense since they're both in this first elimination match. I guess Tribe got knocked down. I didn't see that one, but I saw people talking about it. This one's going to get great percentage, but it is going to fall just a little short. Man, that Sneezy finds the Seeking Air Mine right away. But just close. Misses it by 3 buildings. That'll be good for their percentage, but not the triple he was hoping for there. If HTM can survive today, they gotta bring their A game tomorrow, because they got slapped by Vatic. Got Mr. Rigo Torres in with the next attack against Rainberry. All right. What's Rigo bringing? 4 Root Riders. At least he's got the new spell. That's kind of neat. I'll tell you what I'm excited for is the balance changes that are supposed to be coming. I'm really hoping they drop the balance changes on Monday, but it's hard to say if they'll do that or if they'll wait until after CWL. I don't really think they'll wait until after CWL. They've done worse things to CWL before. They've dropped seasonal troops during CWL. They've dropped actual updates on CWL. So I don't think a balance change right before CWL is that big of a deal. It'll make things a little annoying for some defense, but that'd be about it. And you just got to get some WBB bases. Alright, the Root Riders are in. The Queen is in. Overgrowth in the core, sure. Got a bunch of Headhunters, but they all just died in the poison. That's kind of a waste. They didn't do anything. At least this one, he's not going opposite the Town Hall, but he did have the Overgrowth there, which is pushing all of his troops away from the Town Hall. Poison on the Furnace out of the CC. Alright. There's the Overgrowth wearing off. There's the Cube Tosser tossing. Surprised they didn't call that defense the Tosser. Go right along with the Thrower. We should get the Town Hall secured here, right? Yeah, he's got the Queen on it, and he's fine. Another Overgrowth on the right side of the base. He's got that 2-star locked into the bag. We'll see how he does for the rest of the attack. There's the RC's ability, but she's getting a lot of damage. She's going to go down. She's dead. She didn't even get all of our rocket spears off. He popped it too late. She got too close to danger. And I think that's going to hurt a lot. Yeah, this is going to be likely a defense. Good try to Mr. Rigo. That Prince is popping off on the bottom side. He had 1 extra Headhunter. He finally sends it in. The Prince will go down. Does he still push this through? I thought for sure he didn't have a chance, but now it's kind of looking like he might. King's ability goes off. He's got it. I'm out of my mind. Don't listen to me. Rigo's got it. All right. Allergies are bugging me today, making my eyes itchy. But there we go. That's huge for Electros. A little bit of pressure onto HTM. Actually, did HDM triple at all in their first match? I think they might have tripled once, but I honestly don't remember. I was multitasking. I was thinking like maybe their last attack might have tripled. Well, they're going to need one here at some point in this match. And that's assuming Electros doesn't put up another one. See how Rainberry does. Oh man, that RC just took a chunk of damage there. But she's fine, she's still alive. Gets through the enemy queen, through the Expo, through the scatter shot. Next invis is down. Okay. Oh. She went the wrong way. The invis, the recall. Okay. He thought she was going to go to the right. Could have saved an invis there. Drops in overgrowth. Okay. It's kind of early, it seems like. But maybe he wants it to wear off. I guess he's trying to time it so that it wears off right about the time the Root Riders get to the monolith. That way they can go straight through the dice tosser without actually taking damage, or without taking as much damage from it. So obviously they're going to take some. Actually, no, the timing wasn't even close for that. He's going to just go ahead and overgrowth it again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that first overgrowth was just way too early. I don't think he got anything out of it. But the second one's there. We got furnaces in the CC. Okay. Everything's kind of splitting up just a little bit. The Royal Champion going to the right. There's the overgrowth wearing off. RC using a rocket spear. Needs to go for that fire spitter. Or I guess the town hall works as well. Got a ricochet cannon, multi-archer tower, Expo on the back end. Not sure if it's going to be enough here. The heroes are starting to get thin. He still has the queen's ability, still has the king alive for now. Pops that queen's ability here, trying to get a little more push through the base. I definitely don't think that that first overgrowth was good for him. I think he swagged a couple of spells there. Hello, Mr. Fussy Boots. Good to see you. Welcome in. We are watching to see who's gonna go home. I saw where you said Tribe did something. I'm assuming they got knocked down to the lower bracket. I kind of stopped watching there for a bit. Was working on some other stuff. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Tribe. I do think Tribe will be lucky if they get a golden ticket this year. Just based on the way they've been kind of doing things. But we'll see what happens. They still have some opportunities. You fell asleep during the Elevate War? Was it that exciting? So many roots, yes. I think this match has been only Root Riders as well. Honestly, if we don't see more than 3 non-Root Rider attacks between this match and the next, I don't think we're going to watch the last 2 matches because they don't really matter. They're kind of like the first couple of matches. It just shows us who goes down to the lower bracket. I just want to see who goes home. But if the matches are good, we'll keep watching. Tribe doing Tribe things, yeah. Like I said, I'm mainly in... The only thing that's making me invested right now, by the way, huge hit from Loop here. The only thing that's keeping me invested is the fact that some of these teams I'm going to get to see in person at the end of the year, and I want to know who it is that we're going to get to see in person. Of course, I could just find out after the fact, but we'll watch some of it, especially with Loop here. Here's one of the 3 attacks that I was talking about. Fireball, rocket balloons, or the win. I'm surprised we don't see this a lot more after the rocket balloons got a new level. See how Loop does, though. Oh, that RC didn't get much on that top side. Ew. I don't know what else she was supposed to get, but she did. She was probably at least supposed to get that scatter shot. Uh-oh. Loop's stressing. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Well. Oh, his teammates are stressing out, too. Well, this might be why we don't see Fireball rocket balloons. Sheesh. Guys getting ads? Pre-rolls shouldn't be on. That sucks. I'm going to miss the Vatic versus Dizzy, the rivalry. We'll probably watch that. Is that going to be the last match of the day? Go figure. You thought Tribe would have been better getting Teeper and Castro? True. It's just their weird inconsistency thing. It's still prevalent. Like I said, I think it's unlikely that they'll get a golden ticket, but it's still entirely possible. Like, Tribe could absolutely have one of these golden ticket weekends where they just pop off. And this still could be it. I mean, they're not out of it yet. But they're going to need to get it together real quick because they're facing elimination in the next match. Man, Loop is having a hard time with this attack. He's losing his healers. He lost his warden. The RC got like 3 buildings. This is rough. Just got to save as much percentage as you can get. He's got some more rocket balloons he could use for that as well. Invis for the queen, trying to keep her alive. Doing a little queen charge essentially through the core, which is not what you want to be doing in hard mode at Town Hall 17. And there go the healers. It's crazy how effective the furnaces are at taking down healers if they manage to get even one fire mite on them. Also, that invis was a little late just to add insult to injury. This is like one of those things. One thing went wrong and then everything just started to go wrong afterwards. It's unfortunate for Mr. Loop, but Electros aren't out of it yet. Remember, they have I believe they have a star advantage. Timper struggled so much this year. It's unfortunate. Second to last horse, Dizzy versus Vatic. Gotcha. We'll have to watch that. Not to mention, out of all the teams currently in the competitive scene, I think Vatic have done the most interesting attacks. They were the first ones to do like Super Yeti Smash, for example. So, fingers crossed that they bring something out that's fun. I think they did nothing but roots in the first match, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, we'll see. Sunday needs to break out them Hall Griders, but we know he won't. Especially not before the balance changes. After the balance changes, probably still not, but here's to hoping. Imagine Super Hogs were good enough for hard mode. That'd be crazy. Winning through lower bracket is so unlikely, yeah. You got so many more matches you have to win. It's tough. It'd be a crazy run, though, especially being one of the first teams sent down there. If Tribe could, like, just bang it out and get the golden ticket, that'd be wild. I wouldn't bet on it, but it'd be crazy. Nice little RC charge from Ethan, Root Riders yet again. That has been the flavor of the day. Of the year. Of the last couple of years. That stash always cracks you up. You think Creeper every time? Wait, whose stash? Is it Bernal? I don't even remember. Or was it Loop? Mr. Ethan doesn't have a stash. Alright, here we go. It was full send. Ethan tripled in HTM's first match, right? I think he was the only one on HTM to get a triple. Unless I'm misremembering. Don't repeat that. Okay. I won't repeat anything. Demo stash looked funny. I don't think I've seen it. See how little attention I pay. Well, there's the cube tosser. He freezes it up. Also, I'm not really looking to just like fully commentate these. I'd rather just kind of hang out and chat and then just kind of see what happens. What happened to Drags? You've seen him used a lot with the 12 invis. They're still around, but for whatever reason, people just aren't using them as much this weekend. I think I know we've seen at least one dragon attack earlier, but like I said, after I stepped away like halfway through the second match, so I don't know what happened after that. I went and did some other stuff. So there could have been, I'm sure there were more. It's just that right now, Root Rider's really seeming to be the way to go. Hopefully, after the balance changes, that won't still be the case. Some of those balance changes are actually pretty significant. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that something changes there. I'm also, like I said, I'm really hoping to see Super Hogs in hard mode. That'd be awesome. Plus, I want to use them in normal mode and look like I know what I'm doing. They're so hard to use in normal mode right now. I try to make them work, and then I feel like an idiot when I tried to make them work. Roots are better. Oh, especially in hard mode, it seems. 87% though for Mr. Ethan. I don't remember what the score is. HTM are still down by a star, right? Warden Rocket Balloon is strong, but also sensitive and easy to have a catastrophe, yeah. Just ask a loop. Which I figured we'd see it a lot more, but I guess people don't want to take the risk is why we don't see it as much. Willey can do better than these pros. I wish. I'd be out here making my money. It's tied. There we go. We got the scoreboard back up now. So if Electros 2-star here, they will probably be up on percentage. Well, they have to have a high percentage 2-star to be up on percentage. Recall for that Royal Champion. It's going to be the Turd Surfers yet again. They need to fix this troop bar. This troop bar is so chaotic. It's like, oh, find the troops. Oh, find the pets. Good luck figuring out which pets go to which hero. Because the troop bar ain't going to tell you. Oh, no. Only 260 points on the site till now. This will take a long... Yeah, don't you have to get 1,000 points? I seen somebody mention 1,000 points somewhere. I don't know what it means, but if that's the case, you got a little way to go. Cynthia and Dark can definitely pull it off. They just don't do it. Yeah, especially in like these matches, like it'd be kind of dumb to put the money at risk for fun, basically, for entertainment purposes. That's why we need to get these guys in some low community tournaments. Ones that have like small prize pools and don't really matter. But they don't usually do those because it's probably not worth their time. Although I could see it being worth their time in terms of practice, but I mean, that's up to them. This is not looking too bad. Got a bunch of Root Riders. We got the Royal Champion. Scattershot goes down. I'm just worried about that Ricochet Cannon at the backside. And then, of course, the clock. The Expo's being tanked nicely by the Giant. I think he's got this. Team Electros with a triple. About to be putting HTM away. Man. NA just can't catch a break. NA needs a... They need to reevaluate their teams. And I say teams, even though we only have the one... we only have the one representative. We need to force every NA player to play for only NA teams. No international teams, just North America. Has anybody tried Gobo Laloon at Town Hall 17? Probably not, unless it's in the cookbook. Golem Bowler Lalo. Sounds interesting. Good luck with that. True. You gave up on the site after you fell asleep? Yeah, I think it's crazy that they... Like, just having that tab open should be enough to get whatever rewards they put out there. The fact that you have to watch it and constantly engage with it is crazy. That's why I don't even bother opening it. Like, why would I? I'm not going to sit here and do that. If I'm watching anything, I'm also doing something else. Always. That's how Twitch is for me. I have Twitch open in another tab, and I'm working on something. Once in a while, I'll pop open chat and talk some smack, but... Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and do your quizzes in a near airport. Fair enough. We're all near airports, so it's kind of true. It was a comp back when Town Hall 11 was top dog. Yep, I remember. It was basically just kill squad with bowlers, and then Lalo for the back end. That copy pasta is over 10 years old and it still holds true. Nice. I figured that's what that was, but I wasn't sure. But that's how my brain works on the internet. If I see a long message, I immediately assume it's a copy pasta. Might be wrong, might not. If it's not a copy pasta, make it one. Just start posting it. I remember MySpace. Copy pastas were crazy. People loved them. That and messenger apps. If you got into like group messages, people would just spam copy pastas. Makes you think. Takes more than that to make me think. I'm pretty sure that's a Futurama reference. How's this attack going for Crispy, by the way? He's got queen ability. That was an ice golem freeze on the left side. Yeah, he might be able to squeeze this through. King still has Phoenix. He's got this. Yeah, queen's ability goes off. Monolith drops. Enemy queen drops. A multi-archer tower goes down. And HTM just might have a fighting chance here. They're going to finish with 12, so they got to hold a defense. Wait, hold on. Where'd the queen go? Dang it, hard mode. Every time I think I know what's happened, hard mode proves me wrong. I swore this was going to go through, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, God. The stress. Because if they don't triple this, they're dead. Or not dead, but they're done. Oh, Phoenix. You got to go faster. 3, 2, 1, and oh my God, no way. That wizard tower is on 1 HP. And HTM are going home first. Jeez. Look at that. Oh, they zoomed in on the bottom side. Literally a 1 HP wizard tower. Poor Crispy. That's rough. That's unfortunate for them. Wall break and troop thrower is so bad. Opens up unnecessary walls, cost you a few attack with super witches. I see. That's an interesting thing to think about. Yep, rip HTM, rip North America's hopes and dreams. We thought they were the chosen ones. I'm gonna be honest. I liked the HTM lineup way better before the bans this year. Losing Ghost and Max killed HTM. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm actually not even sure why Max left. I guess he just saw an opportunity to go for a different team or something. It's impossible to say what happens in the background. But if that original HTM had stuck together, I have no doubts they would have gotten a golden ticket. But Ghost caught a ban. Where did Ghost go to? He can't play. He can't play for these tournaments anymore, or not for a year. He's got a 1-year ban. I don't know if he plays for another team right now or not, for like community tournaments and stuff like that. Is he with Elevate? Ah, so he went with Max. Okay, he's probably their extra person for community tournaments. Oh, is he just a base builder? I see. I mean, for community stuff, they could also just put him on the roster. Max went to Elevate. That was a good move for him. Can't hate. Yeah, that's true. Elevate's a really good team. And I think Elevate has a really good chance of getting a golden ticket. HTM, I feel like, has less of a chance than Tribe, if I'm being, like, totally honest. But we'll see what happens. I also didn't expect Dizzy Supersonic to get a golden ticket, and they crushed last month, so sometimes it's just really hard to predict what's going to happen. Mr. El Tano to wrap it up. He's just got to get a nice little 50% 2-star in this GG's. HTM going home. Watch him get a 1-star. That would actually be crazy. He's got that queen coming in from the top side, though. Nah, he's got the RC. He's fine. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of drama in this attack, but he's not going to give it to us. He's just going to go get that 50% 2-star. Dizzy group, not supersonic. What? One of the... Whoever. Y'all know what I mean. I can't keep them straight. There's too many of them. But yeah, you're right. It's Dizzy group. Dizzy Supersonic was the Team Queso. Oh, that was freaking loud. It must be storming out. Can you guys hear that? That's absurdly loud. Well, if there happens to be a tornado, I'm in the basement, so we're chilling. I'll probably go offline if my internet goes out, or my power, I mean. How cool would that be, though, if my power could stay on and I'd just be streaming through a tornado? I think he might have this. Oop, tornado on the back end. Time issue again. We lost 3 wars in a row. How'd we lose that last war? It was set up so easily to tie. Went cold is, putting it lightly. We still have 2 attacks left. Satch. I don't have a ton of confidence in the Satch, but we'll see. I'll tag him in there so he knows I'm coming over. We're gonna kill it. Well, the problem with Crimson Fog is we haven't done like any recruiting in the last couple of months. So we've had players going out, and we haven't really had new players coming in. Like when Shoja left, that was a huge loss for the clan because he was a great attacker and he had 3 accounts with us. And then he left, and we've had just other people here and there leaving. We do have Shivam coming with us for CWL again, so that helps a little. But I just need to recruit more. Fawn's gonna carry Fog. I like the sounds of it. My clan puts heroes down during CWL. Yuck. No shot. I guess some clans just don't care as much about CWL. For me, that's the main thing I focus on is CWL. Like, as soon as CWL ends, I'm thinking of the next one and trying to plan and all that. I'm not happy about our preparation for this upcoming CWL, but we'll see what happens. Shoja was originally from Eric's clan? I see. He said he was retiring, but I never cared to check in on that and see if he actually retired. That is funny, though. Sometimes people tell you, I'm quitting the game, and then you'll look and they're in another clan just playing. Sometimes they've done things against TOS. Sometimes they just wanted to change clans and couldn't just be honest about it. But I'm at the point anymore. I don't even care. I don't check. If you want to go, that's fine. See ya. But yeah, we need to recruit more. Oh my goodness, we have 8 minutes to the next match. It's getting noisy up there. We had a storm earlier that looked like it was going to be crazy, and then 2 booms of thunder and it was gone. Oh man, who's next? So we got Tribe Gaming versus Alex Seed. So that one player who was from Only Exceed, I wonder if that was from a different team, because I feel like if a player got banned from Alex Seed, they wouldn't be playing this weekend. So it might have been like another clan. CWL is your big deal too. Tried comp for a hot minute, your schedule isn't flexible enough. Yeah. Yeah, competitive Clash is definitely a different animal, especially nowadays with hard mode. It's just not even remotely the same. You got to put in so much practice and effort. Like if you're playing competitive, you're doing it for the fun of the game unless you're like a top 10 team. Then you're doing it for the money, but let's be real, there's not really that much money outside of the top couple of top tournaments here and there, like this one. I think there are a few community tournaments that have decent prize pools, but not enough to make a living on. The smart competitive players are the ones that leverage their position in the competitive community to get into content creation. Now, those are the ones that end up making money. Like Itsu. Just the easiest example off the top of my head. There have been some other competitive players who have gotten into content creation but never stuck with it. There have actually been a lot of them. Which is crazy because they'll jump into content and they'll do amazing at it. And then I guess just for some reason they don't want to do it. They don't stick with it. I wish I could start with that kind of boost. Because they all start out bigger than what I am now. Because they got a reputation to work off of. It actually reminds me, I was gonna scroll around in the Clash of Clans Discord and try to grab some players out of there. Itsu gets paid a lot to play CWL with the top clans. He is good. Yeah, for sure. But I can promise you that the amount that he gets paid for those legends, being in the Legends clans, is a drop in the bucket compared to his YouTube and Twitch. Actually, does he even stream Twitch anymore? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Itsu go live, but I know his YouTubes are they're making bank. He's doing really well with that. But yeah, if I was good at Legends League, I'd be taking that paycheck too. I need to practice Legends. Content is the best money, but not as easy as people think. Oh, for sure. If it was that easy, literally everybody would do it. I make pennies. I still just make pennies, but I'm doing it because I enjoy it. If I tried to go full-time right now, within the next week, we'd be doing a homeless stream under the bridge. Like, alright, we're here today, asking for some change. Last he went live was on the day of the update. I see. You seen Itsu recently? Yeah, the update wasn't that long ago. And whenever he does go live, he usually gets like 1,000 viewers. Like whenever he doesn't stream often, but when he does, he's probably the top Twitch streamer, if I had to guess. I don't know that Carbon beats Itsu in viewers. I'd have to look. Carbon would be the next closest, though. Lexino still does surprisingly well when he goes live, even though he doesn't go live very often anymore either. But his numbers are pretty decent. Archer gonna wear the big boy pants and go get a job. I've been trying to get him to. It's like, hey, the police station's hiring. He just ignores me. You look and sound good on camera, no homo. I appreciate it. Yep, I'm gonna stick with it and see if I can't get something rolling with it career-wise. Because I've spent the last, not quite 15 years, but almost 15 years busting my ass with physical labor. I feel like it's my turn to have a content creator job. Big homo? Hey, nothing wrong with that. As long as the compliments are directed to me, I don't care. They about to start this thing? I think they are. Everybody's predicting Tribe. That's an interesting prediction. We'll see. With all the drug dealing you've been doing, he'll put his nose deep in the white powder down at the station. Yeah, Archer comes back with a drug problem. I catch him cutting off my catalytic converter. Oh no. Fluxy? What about Fluxy? Twitch needs a delete. I'm very confused. We got just under 2 minutes. Fluxy's a good example of what I was talking about earlier, though. He was another competitive player. And honestly, I don't think Fluxy's necessarily like popular because of his competitive play. He's just a very active person in the community. But he went from basically being a competitive person to doing content, and he did really well. He got Twitch partner in a very short period of time, and then he stopped streaming. I think he did one stream since then, and Supercell gave him like a ridiculous amount of stuff to give away. It's like, I just want a code. You help a brother out. Actually, more than a code, I want access to, I want some dev build access so I can do sneak peek videos. He also has a code? Yeah. He's a super creator. But yeah, I want more important than a code for me is sneak peek videos, because I feel like that would help out the channel quite a bit if I could actually do those early. Tamper with the 360p webcam. It's one way to blur the background, is just to have low resolution. Alright, here we go. And it is going to be Root Riders from Mr. Hiroya. See how he does here. Place you work for built barns. Keep their catalytic converters in the vehicles. Jeez. That's bad when you gotta build a barn to keep your catalytic converters intact. Also, that was a nice little giant arrow there. But yeah, if you gotta build barns, you got too many people messing around in your neighborhood. I also have a theory about catalytic converters. I feel like the only reason catalytic converters ever get stolen is because of meth. I don't think I've ever heard of any other reason for people going out and doing that. Be very interesting to find out that I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that happens. And it's weird too, because it never seems like it's any other drug. It's that specific drug of choice that makes them go do that. This is the pathing's looking a little wonky for Hiroya. People watched a lot of Breaking Bad. I've heard it was a good show, but I've actually never seen it. I went on a long streak of not watching any TV or movies at all, and I'm still kind of on the streak, although I've been trying to catch up on some things here and there. But there was a long period of time where I just didn't watch anything. If it wasn't a YouTube video or a Twitch stream, I didn't watch it. I don't know why, it's just what happens, I guess. Never seen it? I have never seen Breaking Bad. I've heard good things. This is looking pretty good for Hiroya. He's got one invis left. He can keep the RC alive for a little bit longer. Sneezy's dead. There's the invis. Get through the fire spitter. Wall break for the king. Get him into that ricochet cannon. Oh, we got the enemy queen as well. Come on, Snakes, get her. King snaking down the enemy queen. Pops the ability. Ball bouncing around, and that's a 3-star for Hiroya. Nice attack. Good start for Alexide. That's you. Tons of stuff you've never seen. Yeah, I always get reactions from people who are like, you've never seen that? Like, somebody was trying to do a Game of Thrones reference with me once, and I didn't get it. I was like, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I feel like I should watch Game of Thrones. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good up until the ending or something like that. You believe if you open IMDb, it's still top TV shows of all time? Oh yeah, for Breaking Bad, I'm sure. Surprised you never saw Hunger Games? You've never seen Hunger Games either? I will say that I have seen the early, I think the first and maybe the second Hunger Games movies. Those are old, though. Actually, did they just turn up the game sound on me? I just heard the Royal Champion out of nowhere. Anyway. But yeah, I've seen the old Hunger Games movies, but not the new ones. Hey, 17. You had a good day at work, but felt you did a bad job. Well, as long as you had a good day, that's all that matters. If you did a bad job, that's for the other people at work to deal with. At least that's how I would look at it. That was a nice RC charge, by the way, but took a whole minute off the clock. He's got to get rolling. See if P. Castro can keep up with the first triple. Find out. You avoid all the new trendy social media guys altogether? I'm not even sure who you're talking about. So... I'm sure they would have told me if something went wrong. Sounds like you did a fine job then. Alright. Them freaking barrels coming in at lightning speed from the left. That'd be funny if the troops came out of the barrels at like half HP. Just because they took a ton of damage flying through the air and smashing into the ground. Then maybe they could justify putting in super troops. Super archer, super barb, super wall breaker, but they're half HP. That would actually be kind of funny. Like, oh, like IShowSpeed? Yeah. I think the thing with IShowSpeed is, he definitely caters to a younger audience, too. So, I mean, it makes sense that we wouldn't really follow him. Or that billionaire guy with a stash. That could be a number of people, I think. Doing another clan war before CWL. Nice. We are too. We got time for one more. Our war ends tonight. And we lost again, so we're going down to a 10v10. Is what it is. We keep losing, I'm gonna keep dropping it. Actually, I wanted to see if anybody in the clan didn't triple. We need to move them out of the lineup. Your clan lost 38-41. Yeah, we've been losing a lot lately. I don't like it. Let's see. We got we only had one account that didn't triple at all. But I think we kind of needed... Yeah, well, we'll see how Satch does. I wish he didn't wait until the last second to do his attacks. But he always does. Alright. Hello, off my meds. You haven't lost in 18 wars. 100% the last 11. Nice. We had a good streak like that going too, and then suddenly it didn't. Like I said, our issue is recruiting. We've been losing players and not replacing them, and that's obviously having a detrimental effect. Plus, some players like me haven't been playing super well lately. I might actually switch to Root Riders, to be honest. At least until the update, or not the update, but the balance changes hit. Hopefully, Monday. Fingers crossed. 99 and a 96, both time fails. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Who? Kronos skinny fella. Kronos is a skinny fella. Last second guy always missed sooner or later. Satch has been really good about not missing his hits, I will say that. I think he's missed 1 or 2 in the last probably 6 months. Now some other guys who don't usually hit late, once they're late, I know, you know, it's not looking good, but I've got a pretty low tolerance for people who miss war attacks. Been rather lenient with some people here lately, and I need to stop. The Mass Dragon Super Yeti Clone Bomb is killing it in most of the accounts in war. Nice. Maybe that's what I need to try. I don't know. I need to try something different though, because I've been shitting more than hitting, that's for sure. Before the new defense, you always had 40 to 50 seconds left in the attack with Super Witches, but with the new update, it's back to time fails. It's unfortunate. Just gotta click the buttons faster. This is not looking good at all. Good try to Invincible. Also, P. Castro apparently tripled. I stopped paying attention. This is a huge defense for Tribe. 76%'s bad in this meta for hard mode. I say that knowing knowing full well that most of my attacks would probably not be 76%. The Hook Tower's the best out of all 3. I feel like it can be. It also kind of depends on the base building, because you don't want the Hook Tower pulling troops into nothing, you know. It's but yeah, I think the Hook Tower is definitely up there. Hook Tower's only not good versus Mass Drags. Makes sense. Which just helps you. Also see people using it to pull in the king on purpose or the RC to finish the charge. Yeah, we actually seen that in the, I think it was the last stream, or somewhat recently, somebody had their Royal Champion hooked on purpose. They dropped the Ice Block spell on her and let the hook grab her. That was pretty neat. But yeah, I could also see with the Barbarian King, let the hook bring your king into the core of the base and then pop his Earthquake boots and balls. That can be risky with the RC. Bash failed on an attack in Legends doing that. Alright, how's Kronos doing? Is this another Root Rider attack? My goodness. It's kind of weird how, like, I mean, we've acknowledged that the hook is probably the best new defense, and that dragons get around that the best. But it's weird how we see still very few dragon attacks, and everybody's running the bouncing cube on defense. I need to go back in the stream and just count all the attacks and see how many of them are Root Riders. Since I've started streaming, it has been an hour. We're in the second match. We've seen one non-Root Rider attack. And that was the Fireball Rocket Balloon attack, which was not so good. It was a catastrophic failure. You do wonder if it's worth to hook a Warden for a Fireball? I'd say you'd have to get really good value for that, because generally when you Fireball, you still need the Warden alive to support whatever the rest of your army is. Or in some cases, like the Rocket Balloon attacks, people still need the Warden alive not to support the troops, but to do a lot of extra damage, because the Fireball turns into a long Warden walk on one side of the base. If your Warden gets hooked on Fireball hits, it's a tragedy every time, yes. I could definitely see that. Since every base has a big mortar in the base, it's trapped for dragons. I don't know. I feel like having it trapped for dragons would still be better to go for dragons, though. Because the alternative is to let your Root Riders go into all that extra damage. Which apparently they've been dealing with really well. It hasn't really been doing that much to the Root Riders. They've been finding ways to mitigate it pretty well. So we really haven't seen like the new defense pop off at all. Hey, look at that. This is the second attack that is not Root Riders, and we got dragons coming in. Let's see how it does. He's got his pants on his prince, which is good. Alright. Furnace on defense. Oh my goodness, look at the traps. That was an expected charge, but he's still looking fine. The Fox, not so much. The RC will grab the Town Hall back-to-back invis, no problem. He still has 7 invis after that one. That's how many invis did he bring? My god. He brought literally nothing but invis and 1 earthquake. And his RC might die early. Look at the traps. Oh no, he's gonna have a bunch of invis left over. There's the next one. There's another giant bomb. And oh, she's low. 1 more giant bomb and she's done. Maybe. The boots are healing her up. And there she goes. He's gonna save the other 2 invis for later. There's the Stone Slammer. See how it does. I think it's probably the worst siege machine in the game. Maybe the second worst behind the Wall Wrecker. Because why in the world would you use a Wall Wrecker for anything? Oh, rip. Ads again? Didn't you just have ads? Let me check something too. Queen Gloria, thank you for the follow over on Kick. I appreciate that. I still need to get the that activity feed. Is that a super dragon? A super dragon out of the Stone Slammer. This isn't looking great for Mr. Nyrome. Second Nyrome attack gone wrong. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not so good. Good try. Looks like another 2 for sure. Also, if anybody wants an ad-free experience, you can, and you don't want to sub, if you don't have like a free Prime sub, hint hint, wink wink, you can also go over to Kick for an ad-free experience, because I don't have ads on Kick. I don't know about my ad, I believe I have ads on YouTube. They just kind of manage themselves. I don't do anything with those. So I don't know like how prevalent they are. Maybe if anybody watching on YouTube wants to let me know like how many ads have you seen since watching stream. I'd imagine there's probably fewer ads on YouTube and maybe less invasive ads than on Twitch, but I have no idea. You're on Kick now? Yes, sir. You're live on Kick. You're on Kick. Nice. I think I got a command for it, as a matter of fact. What's this? Oh, it's a Root Rider attack. We're back. Alright, we got Mr. Ricky Rez. So far, Alex Eater, I was gonna say they're up by 2, but never mind. I didn't realize that the attacks weren't the same amount. So if Rakira has 2 stars here, they will be tied on stars, but probably up on percentage. I guess it kind of depends on how much percentage Rakirez can get. Nice start though for the attack. He's gonna get through the big cube of doom. Got through the town hall, gets through the Inferno Tower, and then a recall. Alright, that was really good for a short RC charge. Great value. Now we got a Grand Warden coming in on the bottom side of the base. Hello, Sean. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Let's see. We got the Queen on the outside. Let's see if Rakirez can bring it home for his team. He's got to try to keep Tribe alive. Tribe want to see tomorrow. But if they want to see tomorrow, they got to win here. Gigabomb never went off. Now it's going to go off. didn't really hit anything major, though. Oh, geez. Queen Gloria, that's why you followed. You wanted to spam my chat. Jesus. Well. Goodbye. Idiot. It's probably a bot anyway. Any Na'vi wars? No, Na'vi actually didn't make it in this weekend. They got eliminated. Hello, Jum Boss. Welcome in. Hello, hello. How's this looking for Mr. Riquirez? It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. We still have the scatter, ricochet cannon. We got the enemy RC. There's still a lot to get through, but he's got king and queen abilities with an invis and a handful of other troops here in the mix to help out. Wall break coming in from the right side. Invis. Oh, nice wall break AI. Love that. It's a good thing he's got root riders still. That wall break did nothing for him. He's got this, right? Yeah. I'm not calling it wrong again, but he's got this. Nicely done to Riquirez, and that's going to put Tribe Gaming in the lead on stars and percentage. Very nicely done. Hello, Mr. Jethro. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We're just kind of... I'm not really commentating the hits so much as we're just kind of hanging out and chatting and seeing who goes home. HTM already got eliminated. Now it's between Tribe Gaming and Alexeed. Hello, Landon. Welcome in. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and watching, see who goes home, and then we will watch the drama match. So we got Synthe versus Kingsman coming up after this match. So we'll watch that one. That one's not an elimination match, so that's when they go back up to upper bracket. And then I don't know whether or not we'll watch the last match or not, because it's almost nothing but root riders. And frankly, it's just not that interesting. Other than seeing like who gets to stay in and who gets to go home, that's about where the excitement ends. And watching this doesn't make me super interested to watch community matches either. But we do have balance changes coming very soon, so we'll see. You just redeemed sub. Oh, you did. Nice. I got you. I forgot I gotta go to the actual page for this. Shoot. There used to be a button here, but it's gone now. And I didn't figure that out last time. Do it this way then. Here you go. There we go. I think it went through now. You are welcome. Hopefully I got the right Jum Boss. I think I did. Yeah, we got you. Perfect. How is Sun doing? He's got 3 hero abilities. It's weird seeing the heroes side by side again, because usually there's pets in between. Still, that queen's actually, the pathing for her is perfect. Right down the middle, she can grab a lot of this. It would be nice if the root riders were with her, but they're dead now, so I guess it doesn't matter. There's a few on the top side with the king. I don't know how helpful that'll be. Down goes the multi-archer tower. Maybe that root rider can open up for the queen. Come on, hit the junction. Hit the junction. Oh, it's not going to do it. The root rider's not going to do it. Oh, man. Brutal. That Tesla farm on the left side's kind of rough. 22 seconds left to go. You might want to get that baby dragon out. Get the baby dragon out. There you go. Speed it up. Could have dropped the super barbs first, but actually I think that worked out fine. Yep, he's got it. Nicely done to Sun. Alright. I bet he makes his dad proud. That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. GG's indeed. That was nice. Good hit. Good hit. Alright, back over to Tribe Gaming. They got a little bit of pressure. They're trying to stay alive. Alexeid's not making it easy. He plays on a phone. There have been a few of them. Max is another one, I think, that plays on his phone. But there are a few weirdos out there like that. I could never. With these things, you think a phone screen's gonna work out? I cover a quarter of the screen with these things. Sausage thumbs. Ooh, another dragon attack. There's number 3. It's pretty bad that I can keep count in my head how many attacks are not Root Rider attacks. Also, I appreciate the follow on Kick off my meds. We're slowly but surely building up. Actually, it says we're at 27 followers. We've been kind of hard stuck at 27. We got up to 30 followers on Kick, and then some dropped off. I think it's mostly the bots that follow, and then I ban them, and then that knocks us back down. I should advertise the Kick a little more, maybe. I don't know. I'm not super worried about it right now. You're always impressed that guys can be pro on a phone? Yeah. This stream is sponsored by Vienna Sausage Fingers. I was going to make another joke about that, but I probably shouldn't, so I won't. Look at that new fancy Lava Hound, though. Oh, nice. He used the ice block on the Lava Hound, but the dragon was taking the damage anyway. At least from the air defense. The Expo is locked on. Less finger movements. Alright, well. Oh, this is kind of risky, too. I didn't realize he's going opposite the Town Hall. And yes, we got the sweeper there, too. Very interesting. What's the plan, Mr. Nabrax? I guess he's got the baby dragon. So that's going to try to push these dragons back in towards the Town Hall. He's got a lot of dragons still left. So his Queen ability, Prince ability. This cameraman loves clicking on hero abilities in the middle of the attack. They need to hire me as the cameraman. With my sausage fingers. Clash of Clans cameraman brought to you by Johnsonville. That monolith is gonna be nasty. He's gonna. Oh, okay. Oof. I was gonna say, is he gonna 1-star this? Because I saw that Prince was distracted by something. He's got an invis for the monolith. He's actually gonna be able to get through that. He might actually triple this. I think he's got it. The Prince is still going. He's got dragons on the right side. It's just gonna be a matter of time. But yeah, this is gonna be a 3-star for Tribe Gaming, and they're right back on top. Very nicely done. From a 1 to a 3, yeah. Imagine he ran out of time here. Then it'd be from a 1 to a 3 to a 2. Like, we don't know what's going on. Alright, Tribe Gaming are fighting for their lives right. Well, both these teams are fighting for their lives right now. They got Kazuma. I still think it's funny there are 2 Kazumas in the competitive scene at a high level. I feel like one of them should change their name, but then they got to figure out which one that's going to be. Maybe Kazuma's just a popular name in Japan, I don't know. But this Kazuma better step up. This team needs him. Tribe Gaming are up by a star, so their only chance is the 3-star here. And then they're going to need a defense. It's looking good for Tribe at the moment. I don't even think Alexeid can win on percentage now. They got to find a way to win on stars. Which is going to be very difficult. Nice fireball. It's pretty bad when a fireball Root Rider attack seems refreshing. because it's not an RC charge Root Rider attack. It's like, we got attack variety. We got Fireball Root Rider. We got RC charge Root Rider. Queen Walk Kazuma is OG, keeps his name. I think that's fair. That shirt is badass. It's definitely a shirt choice. I like it. Alright. That tornado. Redirected his Root Riders. He dropped an Invis to push him back. Oh god. Oh, he's panicking. Oh no, he dropped the Overgrowth to push him into the Town Hall. The healers. Oh my goodness. Oh no. And he's just getting started too. There's the Valkyries. They're coming in late. I do that all the time with different troops. The Root Riders are all dead. Which, in a Root Rider attack, they seem kind of important. Rakirez is having a good time. The tribe's definitely happy with what they're seeing right here, because this is not... It's going to take a miracle to turn this into a 3-star. Let's just say that. Poor Kazuma. Yep, he's the one that's got to change his name. Although, to be fair, the other Kazuma didn't even make it to this weekend. So... Yeah, what's going on with Navi? They didn't even make it to the final weekend. That's crazy. They robbed themselves of having the opportunity for a golden ticket this month. They're going to be running out of opportunities. I'll be kind of upset if Navi doesn't make it. They need to get that golden ticket. Rootless Rider attack. Biggest throw by troops, nothing the attacker could do. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, the fact that he turned this around to almost to a 90% attack, because I'm pretty sure he's going to hit at least 90 here. If not very close. I mean, he's already at 88. But the fact that he can turn this around and be that close to being a 3-star is crazy. Imagine he didn't have that little slip up with the tornado. Which, that tornado took his Root Riders right off the Town Hall and sent them the other direction, which is wild. I've heard my favorite streamers say it's bad if Roots die in a Root attack. Yes. I say nothing but facts. Is it stating the obvious? Still a fact. Oh, man. What a match. Congrats to Tribe Gaming. It looks like Alex Seed are team number 2 to go home. Although we still have the last attack to do. I think Tribe just need a 2-star. Any percentage will do. And it's Teamper with the next attack. With the final attack. Alright. Let's see. Seen me do a dragon attack without dragons? Sounds like me. Half of my attacks lately. Oh, it's another fireball attack with the Root Riders. Let's see what Temper does here. I don't know what percentage you would need on a 1-star. Probably pretty high, right? I don't know. I'm not doing the math. This is awesome. No more ads. Very nice. And it's cool too. Oh, is that Warden dead? Brother. You had one job. Oh my. You'll be watching all the time now? I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's cool too because on Kick I also have affiliate or whatever it's called. I have the ability to have like channel points and subs as well. But they don't force me to have ads. I actually don't even think I have the option to run ads if I wanted to. I often leave during ad breaks. They hurt your brain. Yeah, I don't blame you. I just wish, at the very least, Twitch would give us more control over the ads. Let us do what we want with them. But they want to maintain their control. I wouldn't be surprised if Kick actually ended up buying Twitch within the next year. I don't think it's highly likely, but I think it's a possibility. And to get better percentage of gifts here, yes. I get a higher percentage on any revenue on Kick. Which, I mean, it's probably going to be a while before I'm making any revenue on Kick, but at some point... Cameraman doing a great job not letting commentators miss any key moments. Sui Warden with healers, yep. I mean, all he needed was the 2-star, and he managed to get it, so. Luckily. It would have been cinema if he'd 1-starred this. But Tribe Gaming managed to escape, barely, with a victory here. Now, they're going to need to play a whole lot better than this if they're going to go all the way through for a golden ticket. Otherwise, their next match might be their last if they play like this again. Because this was not a good performance. I guess 13 stars isn't too bad. I was thinking they only got 12. Alex Seed did not have a good performance. They only got 12. And I feel like at this level, you really want to go for that 13. Now, I could do 5 attacks, and we'd probably be lucky to get 10. That's why I'm here and not there. Alright, but there we go. Alex Seed, second team to go home. Now we got the drama match. With how Vadic's been playing, they're locked in for that golden ticket. I hope so. I'd like to see Vadic get it. I'd like to see Elevate get it. I'd be happy with either one of those. Tribe Gaming. Either way. Twitch is reaching entropy. Too much virtue signaling and bureaucracy pandering to anyone anti-Trump. Yeah, their politics are killing the platform. 100%. And eventually it's going to get to a point where Amazon finds out and realizes what's actually happening. And all that stuff in the background's going to... Some things are going to happen, some heads are going to roll. Amazon might sell Twitch. But we'll have to wait and see. There's actually some lawsuits that I'm keeping an eye on between content creators, which could have some really interesting results in the next few months, depending on how quickly those go through. Twitch drama in the background's been kind of fun. I hope whatever happens, it's for the betterment of Twitch, because I do like Twitch as a platform. It's still by far my favorite streaming platform for streaming and watching streams. But I do think it's nice that we can do the multi-streaming now, and then people can kind of just choose to watch on whatever platform they prefer. Speaking of which, let me double-check YouTube and make sure those chats are coming through. Okay. Because yesterday we had YouTube working on the multi-chat, and then it suddenly stopped working. But we haven't had anybody chatting on YouTube in a little bit. We got some viewers over there, though, so that's good. A couple of people watching on Kick. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Alright, now we get to see the big rivalry matchup. Mr. Kingsman versus Mr. Synthi. We need another one of those on-stage moments again. They need to play live. It's your only stream platform? Nothing wrong with that. I only watch streams on Twitch as well. I just like it better. I don't really care for YouTube streams. And I think Kick is getting better as a platform, but there's still just not enough people over there that I really like to watch to make me watch anything on Kick. And the streamers that do stream on Kick that I like to watch also stream on Twitch, so I just watch them on Twitch. And I have Twitch Turbo, so I don't have ads anywhere on Twitch. There'd be no way that I'd watch Twitch without Turbo, honestly. I know not everybody's the same, but I can't stand ads. If I ever have a little bit of money, the first thing I want to do with that money is get rid of freaking ads. I got YouTube Premium and Twitch Turbo. You ain't selling me shit. Get them out of here. Tribe's happy they live to fight another day. Good to see it. Well, hopefully they do well tomorrow. Instead of flashing his shirt, he should do his pants this time. Oh yeah, you should get one of those pairs of pants that have buttons down the side, so he could just stand up and, you know, rip them off. And then have hopefully another pair of pants underneath. Oh man. You only watch Asmund, Nuxanor, and Tectone on Kick. And now you. That's it. It's a lot more than what I watch on Kick at the moment. That might change in the future, but we'll see. I don't watch Tectone a lot. I tune in from time to time. But I do watch Asmund almost every day. But I watch him on Twitch still. Like I said, I still have the Turbo, so the ads don't really bother me. But maybe I'll save myself a little bit of money and move over. But I think for that to happen, a lot more of the streamers that I do like to either watch or put up in the background would have to move over. Maybe not a lot of them, but a few more. Oh, there's the man himself. I don't know what they're asking him. But I will say that last year at Worlds, I think I've said this before too, but MMG, which was basically Vatic last year with a few changes, they had probably the most excited fan base at the whole event. They're French, right? I believe so. But the French fans for Vatic, or well, for MMG back then, was sorry, I was distracted. They were cheering for MMG like the entire time they were there. Like, we were outside waiting in line almost an hour before the event started, and they're out there cheering and chanting for MMG, and it was just me there. Like, it was me and them. They were just so hyped. It was amazing. They cover current events. Yeah. Keep up on the latest drama in the world. Yeah, that's what I like to see as well. I mean, it's gotten to the point where Twitch is, well, I guess Asmund is pretty much my news source. Top question was on top. They changed their name. I'm very confused, Mr. Fussy Boots. What are you talking about? Question. Oh, I see, I see. You were saying the question was on top for Kingsman. Oop, too far. That was way too far. There it is. Okay. Talk about a rival team that you think pushes you to improve the most. And his answer was Elevate. Oh, man. He didn't even say Senthe was the rival team that pushes him to improve the most. That's funny. We're live. There we go. 2 more minutes. Back up 2 seconds. Oh, did he say it? This will lead us into it. Maybe, maybe. Come on. I don't want to click anything. There we go. So I'll skip it. A lot of very strong teams. Like Tribe Gaming, Dizzy, Navi, and Elevate. So I guess he mentioned Synthe's team. Oh, that would have been. I think it would have been funnier if he didn't. Just ignore them. They gotta do a better job of keeping up the drama. They're not doing a great job of it. Yeah, I agree, Meds. I feel the same way. We got 61% Vatic, 39% Dizzy. I'm gonna start shooting these guys some DMs and help them fuel up their drama a little bit more, because it'll make for better content. Heat it up more and more. Yeah, that's what we need. Make fake Kingsman and Synthi accounts. They just stir up the drama. Just trying to back up my chair. Well, here we go. I got Fluxy taking on Nachoa first. Okay. Fluxy went from being the anchor to being the first attacker, which I think is smart for Dizzy. Usually the anchor is going to be like the most reliable person. Which I think Fluxy's been doing decent here lately. I haven't really been paying attention though. I know he had a time fail earlier. Oh wait, were they not ready? I guess they were waiting. Alright. Wonder how many gems it's going to cost them to change their names back. They're putting those winnings to good use. Haven't heard this song in a while. Oh yeah. I remember playing this on Guitar Hero so much. Alright, here we go. See how Mr. Fluxy does. With Fluxy's connection, you think it's free? It's possible. Where's this RC gonna go? I think he wants her to the fire spitter, but she's grabbing everything else in the meantime. Alright, finally, eventually making her way in there. And I think he's out of invis. Does she get it? Yeah, she gets it. There you go. Ice Golem, Furnace on defense. Drop your poison. Perfect. People still keep running their furnaces like this. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Shame. Let's put our immobile defensive CC troop in with two other CC troops that are slow moving and don't need poisoned. What's wrong with the furnace CC? It's not that the furnace is wrong, it's that pairing it up with just two ice golems doesn't make any sense. Because if you have just two ice golems in a furnace, you're going to get that poison spell dropped on the furnace directly 100% of the time. Whereas if you put in one ice golem and then leave space for like rocket balloons, headhunters, just something else that's fast, there's a chance that you'll pull that poison away from the furnace, and then the furnace actually gets an opportunity to do some damage. So that's how it would work better, yeah. And I was thinking that I might be kind of crazy for thinking this, considering all the pro players run the same CC. But I did a thing with PFG because they had basically a coaching session on defense with End. which if you don't know who End is, he's the base builder for Na'vi. And he said exactly what I've been saying this whole time. He said, you shouldn't pair the furnace with just ice golems. You should put in rocket balloon or headhunter. And I was like, I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. It was actually just really nice to have a professional, really good base builder kind of confirm what I've been saying this whole time. Even though the pro players still refuse to do something different, and I don't understand. But at least I know I'm not out of my mind. Also, nice try to Fluxy. Decent percentage again. What I run personally is I have 1 ice golem, 1 furnace, 1 headhunter, 2 rocket balloons. And that fits perfectly for 55 housing space. Now there are other combinations that work as well. Just kind of mess around with it. So slow. Yes. Let's see, what do we got here? A fireball. Okay, it's the other type of Root Rider. I wasn't paying attention. Would that be considered a time fail, or did he not have enough to finish that attack? I'm not even sure. It would have been a big time fail, though, because he didn't even hit 90% that time. But yeah, he definitely was slow on that hit. Where are you going to fireball at, Mr. Simon? Actually, that ricochet cannon would make a lot of sense. Hits the CC as well. Invis, 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 okay. Fireball. 4 earthquakes. Was that 4? Or was it 3? I couldn't even tell. I was expecting only 2. He got the CC. Basically just annihilated that core. We got the Root Riders. Where you going? Oh god, the warden's gonna follow the extra ones. Oh man, Simon. Uh-oh. Well, we're doing a two-pronged approach, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We're doing a two-pronged approach. We're going left and right side. That was definitely the plan. And we will definitely get the town hall down. The warden's working on it. Just kidding, the warden's not working on it. Simon, there's a slightly important building that you're missing, sir. We have a Root Rider on it. Okay, that's not gonna be enough. Oh god. Oh no. Ah, he's got it. He's fine. Right? Right? There we go. Whew. I actually was not sure he was gonna get that town hall down. Because I don't think that would have been a 2-star if he didn't get it down with those super barbs. Good lord, because he does not have enough to triple this base. That was scary. It's not going to be great percentage, but Simon's just got to be happy that he got away with a 2-star there. Because that was very risky. Yeah, he just had some adventurous Root Riders there. Man, I'd be stressing so badly in that attack. Alright, well, 77%, not a good start, but could be worse. Alright, next attack. Let's see. Another Root Rider attack. Very nice. See how Darkstar does. I miss Skelly Donut. One of the videos I did, well, it was actually a short, but the short that I did of Darkstar's Skelly Donut at Town Hall 16 is still one of my highest viewed pieces of content ever. I'm actually not sure if it's still like the #1 video or not. I'm gonna check. while we watch Dark Star attack. But I know it's up there. If it's not number 1, it's top 3 for sure. Yeah, it's by a very long shot my number 1. It has almost 342,000 views, which for me is a lot of views. I made $13 on that short, which for a short is pretty good. Shorts are the worst way to generate money, so I'm surprised I could buy a $10 gym pack with that and have a few dollars left over. Can't do anything with $3 nowadays. This attack's looking good, by the way. Mr. Darkstar looks like he might get it done here for Dizzy. Do we call him Dizzy or do we call him Stamina? Because I'm not calling him Dizzy X ST. Yeah, not doing that. I can't do that. I'm incapable of it. We'll just alternate. Dizzy X STMN. See, I did it. Nicely done though to Darkstar. That's a good start for Dizzy. 3, you can get an egg biscuit at Wendy's. See, I don't really eat fast food, but if I were to eat fast food, breakfast is the way to go. Breakfast food's done the best. Although I probably won't even do that anymore. The last time I had breakfast, I think, was McDonald's, and they wanted like $1.75 for a hash brown, and I lost my mind. It's like, that should be 25 cents. You're off your gourd. $1. I think it's like $1.25, $1.50, something like that. Fast food for breakfast? Yeah, I love eggs. Taco Bell actually had the best breakfast because they had something that was like a crunch wrap, but it was like steak and eggs and some hot sauce in there with with hash brown. It was delicious. The combo of eggs and hot sauce is also very underrated in my opinion. But Taco Bell apparently stopped doing breakfast because I was going to get breakfast. I think this is like just a few weeks ago. I was looking to get breakfast. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get some Taco Bell breakfast this morning. And I looked at their menu on their app, and I was like, why don't they have their breakfast on here? That's weird. So I looked it up, and apparently, since like last October, they discontinued their breakfast. It's like, well, Taco Bell's dead to me now, because that was really the only good thing there. I mean, they had some other good items, but just out of principle, I'm gonna avoid them. Get rid of the best things on your menu? Shame. But I eat fast food like once every 3 months, maybe. Less now. But I also have always liked the Egg McMuffin from McDonald's. They got a breakfast Baconator at Wendy's. It's just a Baconator cheeseburger with egg on it, basically. Which is pretty good. It's a lot of calories, though. Alright, Kingsman's gonna get the town hall down. Is he gonna get a triple? Out of all the teams to triple against, this is the one, Kingsman. This is the one. It's gotta get the triple here, and then we need, like, Synthé to 1-star. And then the next time these two teams meet, they gotta flip it. We gotta build the drama. Build the drama. I think he's got it. Yeah, this is looking good. Nicely done to Mr. Kingsman. Getting that triple for Vatic. Keeping his team in it, but Stamina still has the lead. I forgot their name for a second. Oh yeah, I was looking at this. I guess we don't need to look at that anymore. I've gotten 204 subscribers off of that short. It was a neat skelly donut. "77 comments is crazy. I need to get back to doing shorts. I think the reason my main videos have not been doing well lately is because I stopped doing shorts. I think the shorts actually helped out my main videos quite a bit. So I need to get back on that. I'm actually going to work on it right after this stream. Do some more shorts, get some videos edited for Mr. Jason. Because I think I've got like 3 videos ready. I just need to do some quick little cuts and send them over. I need to get a bunch of stuff ready. A bunch of content. Because, well, I'm not going to say that out loud. But there's things coming up. Alright, that was a nice fireball, by the way. Oh, well, I mean, it was a fine fireball. I like the effect on the ground after the fireball. That looks pretty cool. He got a few buildings out of the way. Alright, he's got a 1-star for the drama. I love Sente. He's a fellow Hog Rider user. If not the Hog Rider user. And I'm a big fan of that. But I want that drama. Who's the warden? Who's the warden? It would have been better if they had attacked each other's bases. How's that fire? I wanted to click on that fire spitter. How's it not hitting the warden here? Which way is it facing? It must be facing to the right. It's just weird because it's got its head turned, so you can't really tell. Alright, we're doing too much zooming in and out, my guy. Got the flame flinger on the top side of the base. Yeah, headhunter hitting the warden. Is the warden okay? Warden's still alive? It's hard to see. Oh! Uh-oh. Drama. There we go. We got the king coming in. Also, I just realized this is rocket balloons. I'm sitting here waiting for the root riders to get started. It's like, man, he's being really patient with these root riders. Okay. Ice block for the lava hound. That's the second time today we've seen that trick. Although the first time was for dragons. This time is to help keep the prince protected. I like that. Very cool. Ice golem's coming out on defense. Okay. Prince ability. Okay, he's gonna get the town hall, so he's not gonna 1-star. Sente, this isn't helping the drama. Man. Alright, more rocket balloons from the top, from the left. He still has 9 of them. King ability still in the bag as well. I think King's still hanging out at the bottom. Yeah, there he is. Shoots his bouncy ball around the base. Tornado trap in the core of the base. Takes out the prince. Bonk. Down he goes. I don't think that he's got quite enough to get through everything. Just a few more rocket balloons in the bag, and that's going to be about it. It is going to be a defense for Vatic. Nice try to Sente. Nice try, nice try. It's going to be great percentage, though. Alright. We'll see what Vatic do. They have an opportunity to potentially take the lead. Although I don't think there's any shot Vatic can take the lead on percentage after that first attack. So they're going to have to triple to take the lead. Because wasn't their first attack like 70-something%? It was not good. But it was also pretty unlucky the way the Root Rider's path formed. But hey. You live by the Root Rider, you die by the Root Rider. Fire Might plus Headhunter lethal. Yeah. I like that combo. That's probably what I should switch to. Take the rocket balloons out. Do like a furnace, an ice golem, and just headhunters. I bet that'd go pretty crazy. And that's probably more likely to pull the poison because you see rocket balloons and you're like, ah. But if you see a bunch of headhunters, you're like, oh god. I love that that's my scale, just random scare noises, but I think The point gets across either way. Just saying whatever I would say in that situation. Alright, try hard. You gotta get a triple here if you want your team to be in the lead. Yeah, because if they triple here, their percentage will be at 55.4, which is not great. But there's also a few more opportunities for a big defense. Who's left? They've already had Darkstar and Synthé attack, which are probably the two best attackers on stamina. Hawk's pretty good. I think he anchors now. And then Mask is there. I don't know how Mask has been doing lately. I have no idea. Rhonda, we've been waiting for you. It's good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Fonz was in earlier asking where Rhonda was at. I was like, I don't know, and he unfollowed. I'm just kidding. I don't think he's here now, though. It's funny, though. Rhonda's got fans in the chat. I go live and people were like, where the hell's Rhonda at? Why don't you get notifications? I have no idea. Are you signed up for the Twitch notifications in my server? And that way, if even the Twitch notifications from Twitch fail, you can get the Discord notifications. I can give you that role if you want it, if you don't have it. It's a little delayed, but... Also, now that Rhonda's here, there's only one more regular that we haven't seen yet today. And that would be my ever-faithful moderator, Sir Jet. I'm checking the user list. Nope, not here. You don't know what you're doing in Discord? Gotcha. I'll get you a couple rolls then. Or I'll probably just give you that one. Are you Town Hall 17, Rhonda? Yeah, you are, right? Or am I crazy? And not just Rhonda, but anybody. We need more people. Hold on, I'll bring it over. Well, let me bring it up first so I'm not showing anything I shouldn't. There's so many channels. There we go. So we have this. I actually haven't checked to see. So we do have 5 right now. One of which is the bot. But we need more people to get this creator challenge role so that we can start challenging other content creators to wars. So if you're interested, hop into the Discord and click this little sword. Or in Rhonda's case, I can just give you the role if you want. If you're interested, no pressure. But basically what will happen with this, once we have enough people, I will challenge a content creator to do a little war for stream and videos. And then, if they agree, I'll make some sign-up sheets. I'll post the announcement, post the sign-up sheet, get people to sign up, and then we'll post a roster and schedule the war. I guess we'll probably schedule the war and then post the sign-up sheets and then post a roster. But you know what I mean. But yeah, that's kind of the idea with that. We just need... I want to get a few more people on there. That way I know if we challenge a creator, we have enough people to actually show up and do the thing. Just give you? Gotcha. Actually, I'll do it right now. So this is Hawk. Let's see how he does. He's gotten the Town Hall, which is good. I'd like to see the stats, but if I had to guess, I'd say Hawk probably 1 stars the most. Just because he sometimes goes a bit risky. Found you. think that's, yeah, that should be it. Alright, there you go, Rhonda. You got rolls. So now when I go live on Twitch, if for some reason you don't get your Twitch notification, you'll get pinged by Discord. It usually has a slight delay, but it's not generally too bad. Do I need to be in your clan to participate, or could you just hop in when the war is planned? You would just hop in for when the war is planned. Because we'll probably make a clan for the event. So it's not going to be like in my regular clan or anything like that. And it'll probably be like 5v5 most of the time, but when I challenge a creator, I'll give them the option of like 10v10, but probably early on, that won't be super feasible until we get more people interested. And I have some ideas of who will challenge first. But I'm not going to say who just yet. I don't want to get any hopes up. Plus, that'll be a part of the announcement, too, is we challenge this guy. Also nicely done by Hawk. Mr. Mammoth getting the triple for Dizzy Stamina. Staminizzy. There we go. That's the name they should have went with. Staminizzy. It's a done deal. You did get a notification, but you were messing around outside the garden? No worries. Hopefully you guys have nice weather over there. It's still pretty hot over here, but I think we just had some rain. We heard thunder earlier in the stream. Or at least I did. I don't know if it came through the mic or not. Probably not. The kid's hogging your phone for Spotify. You bribed her? Nice. Definitely join when your heroes are a bit higher. Sounds good. Whenever. Just whenever you're ready, grab that roll. And then I'll tag that roll once we got somebody. Or, yeah, once we got somebody to challenge. Also, this is do or die time for Mr. Hades. Lost his fox already. There's the recall. Okay. Vatic cannot afford another fail here. Otherwise, they're going to be down kind of big going into the last round of attacks. Queen on the right side of the base. The Root Rider's in from the top. And here we go. Going a little risky with the Town Hall. But, I mean, in this situation, kind of all or nothing, to be honest. I mean, they're not completely out of it if this isn't a triple, but it's going to be hard to win. Got Poison Spell down on the CC. Rocket Balloon's flying out. Furnace is out. Okay. Unknown, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Alright. I think still pushing its way through, slowly but surely. King's ability going off, ball bouncing around, everything making its way into the Town Hall. Got one Invis left, Queen's ability and RC ability. There's the Invis, gets that damage off of the champion. And Barbarian King floating around, finally goes down. Got a few defenses still in the core that are going to be kind of annoying. The healers are still alive, doing their best, trying to keep things healthy. Okay. Did pop the RC's ability. I'm not sure what she had. Actually, I have no idea. She might have had the haste. She's just doing her normal thing now. There's the Queen's ability that we're clicking on in the middle of the attack. Sure. Get through the enemy Queen. Come on. Man, this is stalling out pretty hard. Got a Rocket Balloon coming in. I think he might have it. It's going to be close. 30 seconds to go. I don't think time's going to be an issue. Yeah, he's got it. Oh, I hear thunder again. I guess the storm's not done. We still have power, so that's good. There we go. Nicely done by Hades. They desperately needed that triple, and he delivered. Vatic's still in it. Weather is hot. You need rain. Yeah, that's how it's been here. We're finally getting a little bit of rain today. But we need a lot of rain, because if we've also had like some of those small rain clouds where it rains for 5 minutes and then it's just way worse afterwards because the humidity gets cranked all the way up. I hate that. But it's been in the mid 90s for like the last week. It sucks. Today wasn't so bad. Actually, what is it now? 75 now, so it's gone down a good bit. Today's high was supposed to be like 82. but it was 88 earlier before I started stream. It's like, yeah, thanks weather guys for lying. Said it was only going to be 81 today. It's creeping up to 90. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a somewhat risky attack. We've already seen a tragic fireball fail earlier, but they're going with a fireball here. Fireball into rocket balloons. Okay. See how it goes. What's he want a fireball? I actually have no idea. Maybe to the multi-archer tower? No. Flame flinger from the left. Down goes the squid. Earthquake, he's gonna fireball the town hall itself. Yes, sir. Fireball's in. And there we go. I still can't believe they changed the fireball animation back to that. Because the last time they had it on, I thought they got rid of it because people were complaining because it doesn't look good. But apparently that wasn't the reason. Also, he pulls the warden with the queen. I don't even know if that was intentional. I thought he was going to warden walk the town hall. Maybe he's counting on the flame flinger to head that way? I guess so. Because it should go to the multi and then to the town hall from there. And it's probably going to come down to whatever troops are inside because that flame flinger is not going to be up for that long. Very interesting. Rocket balloons to the multi. Sure. Flame flinger shots still going to the fire spitter. Finally gets that taken care of. I'd imagine he has super minions or something like that in the flinger. We're about to find out. One more shot, I think, out of it. And to the multi. King's ability on the bottom side of the base. We got that giant gauntlet making him big. Rocket spear from the right. Okay, so that's the plan for the town hall. Even though the super minions are right there. Got the dice tosser in the core of the base going crazy. I don't know. He's got 10 rocket balloons left. A handful of spells still to use. Royal Champion taking some shots from the monolith, but she's chilling. There we go. More rocket balloons from the bottom right. Take out the multi-archer tower. Maybe. There we go. Barely. Dice tosser for the warden is not going to do enough damage. The healers are keeping up with it nicely. I think it's... Well, how'd the RC die? She was invisible, and I looked away, and then looked back, and she's gone. There's a freeze on the right side. More rocket balloons coming in. Ooh, he's going to lose the queen. I don't think he's going to get all the way through here. Nice try to mask, but this one's going to fall short. Good try, good try. Now, it's up to Vatic. I believe they have to triple to win. Because I don't think they can catch up on percentage. Alright. Yeah, that was good percentage there for Mask. He could have locked in the win with a 3-star, but now the door is open. Let's go Vatic, come on. I just want to see Vatic move through the upper bracket. Either them or Elevate. I'm good with either one. But those are the two teams I'm rooting for this month. A lot of pressure, though, Mr. Nachoa. Nice try indeed. Has a little tag on his Discord. What is EVE Online? I've heard of that. But I don't remember what it is. Alright, the last attack of the match. He's actually got a bat spell. Hey, Shivam, it's qualifier weekend already? Yes, sir. So HTM went home, and Alex Seed went home. Those are the two eliminations today. And then we're watching this match because it's the drama match between the Frenchmen. Also, Nachoa has to 3-star here for Vatic to win. But you can see the scoreboard, so you probably already knew that. Nice RC charge, though, right down the middle. Why are we zooming in on the dice being tossed around? That's funny. Man, the cameraman's just going crazy today. Doing all kinds of zooms and twirls and spins. That RC charge is getting spicy. It's got 2 more invis. What else can you get? These giant bombs are being a bit of a headache, but she's still cruising. Oh, she got the tornado out of there, too. Yeah, I was going to say, just let her die there. She triggered some more traps. We'll call that value and move on. I like it. Lava Hound from the top side of the base. The ice block was not very effective. Sir, you're supposed to drop it before the Hound is dead. Oh, no. I can't believe he still dropped it. I figured he would have used it for something else. But I guess he didn't realize his Hound was already dead. Yeah, the rocket balloons have to go, and that Prince is taking a beating. Yeah, the Prince is dead. That's not good. Oh, he might get the fire spitter before he goes down. There's actually nothing hitting him right now. That's crazy. Now the builder hut's going to kill the Prince. Stone Slammer from the back end. We know what I think about the Stone Slammer. That's a crazy choice for Siege Machine. It's going to get 2 buildings and then open up. Amazing. What a wonderful experience. Man, I don't know if he can get this. I don't think he can. Looks like Vatic are going to the lower bracket, ladies and gentlemen. And then I look at chat and Meds is saying this is looking strong. That must have been an earlier message because I don't agree. He still has a few dragons left over. There's not really major defense left, but those dragons are not healthy. Sneezy's doing its best. But yeah, it looks like Stam and Izzy are celebrating. Rip. That was close. If he didn't lose the Prince as quickly as he did, I think he had it. If he didn't miss the ice block on the Lava Hound, I think that's what did him in. Shivam can't watch another seasonal troop root rider or dragons attack for his life. Well, Shivam's in the wrong place for that, because this has been probably 98% root rider attacks for this entire day. And I'm not even exaggerating. Since I started streaming, because I came in like halfway in, because I already knew that I was going to be exhausted of seeing root riders if I started at the beginning. But I came in halfway in, and it was just... yeah. You can do another war? Yeah, we'll watch the rest of it. It's only one more. It's just one more. We'll see what happens. See who else goes to the lower bracket. Why is my watch not closing? I need some of those fidget things that I can fidget with my hands. Because I'm always picking things up and messing with it and breaking things. Yeah, that's the other thing. The Stone Slammer is such a bad siege machine. I don't understand why I think a siege barracks would have gotten more value. I agree. A siege barracks, a battle drill, maybe a flame flinger. I didn't really look that closely at the base. Almost anything, honestly. I think the only thing that would have gotten less value is like a wall wrecker or a battle blimp. Win on percentage? Yeah, Vatic had a 77% attack at the start of the war. So that kind of killed their chances for percentage right off the bat. You can't hit that low in these matches and expect to win, unfortunately. So, Vatic Esports will play against Team Electros tomorrow. Do they start day 2 with eliminations? I don't remember. I stream these enough, you'd think I would know that. Simon, you're fired. He had a weird split on his root riders. Half went one way, half went the other. And then the smaller group of root riders took the warden. It was very unlucky. He was actually really lucky to not one-star that attack. He barely got the town hall down. He sent in some super barbs with the one root rider that was on the town hall and managed to squeak it through. But at the end of the day, it still cost him the match. "10 minutes for the next match." Oh my goodness. Well, one of the teams that I was hoping to push through just went to the lower bracket, so now Elevate are the chosen ones. Elevate's the favorite now. Because I was in between Vatic and Elevate, but Vatic just dropped the ball against their rivals. It's embarrassing. Come on, Kingsman. He's not feeling the drama deep enough. Where's the shirt-removing Kingsman that we know and love? I wonder how many voted Synthé for MVP since his team won. Yeah. Which is funny. Community voted MVP is such a bad idea. I don't know whoever came up with that. The community should never be able to pick anybody. You know what was worse than community voted MVPs? Community voted golden tickets. You remember when they did that? Was it golden ticket or silver? I don't remember. But in any case, the community should not be allowed to vote for who could potentially go play in Worlds. That was such a horrible decision. Navi. I don't even remember who got voted before. I think it might have been a Chinese team, because I think the Chinese teams were still in the mix. Because it was either Chinese or Indian, because, I mean, obviously Navi are popular, but the Chinese and the Indians, they got a lot of numbers. But I think what actually ended up being the problem was the teams that were on top, because there were like 4 different sections to vote. I think people just clicked through and hit the top team for every selection, because I'm pretty sure all the teams that were listed first won. Nobody actually cared. Nobody read it. Most of the people who voted probably didn't even know that Clash of Clans esports was a thing. People just open it up and were like, "What's this?" Oh, I can get a reward if I click these buttons? Sure. Sumit 007, yeah. Which is funny. The Indians need to start representing again, because we haven't had a good team out of India in a while. I mean, at least for NA, we can say we don't have a lot of players. What's India's excuse? Where you at, India? I'm trying to remember the last time we seen like a top tier Indian team, and I honestly can't even think of one. It's been a while. I know there are plenty of them that are like in the community, but they just don't get far enough. They're definitely not like top 100. Well, maybe top 100, but not top 50. Actually, we could look. I'm not going to right now. But we could look. Alright. Elevator ready. They need to get Max a jersey. He's over there in his Clash of Clans shirt. There's Max again. Ninja representing India through only bads. But isn't Ninja from North America? Lexnos needs a jersey. He's wearing a plain white undershirt. It says Clash of Clans on it. I'm pretty sure. They need to zoom out. I'm pretty sure it's on one of his boobs right here. Or at least the shirt he was wearing earlier said Clash of Clans. I don't know if he changed. It's possible. I thought it was up higher, so maybe he did change. Gotta go see that I'm not crazy now. Probably at the start. Oop, too far. Okay, I have no idea. It's all just matches. But in any case, I know I saw Clash of Clans on his shirt. earlier on. He had a Clash of Clans shirt, yeah. Oh, he did change. Okay, so I'm not crazy. So I thought it was higher on the shirt, but I guess it could be lower. But no, that makes sense. Actually, since you mentioned it, Officer Fussy Boots, I wonder, are there any Indian... I know there aren't any Indian teams. Are there any Indian players in the scene? Ninja doesn't count. He plays for North American teams. I'm sure there are some. I just can't think of them right now. Also, I think it's really funny that most of the teams on the most of the players on the North American team are Asian. Look at the chart. What chart? Oh, the chart that they gave us for, like, who plays from where? I'm not sure if they gave that to us again. They gave it to us once. They didn't really give us anything. Unless it's in this folder. Oops. Oops. Nope. Don't open that on stream. I get in trouble for that. Alright, we're not clicking anything else. Safe. I think it would have asked for a password anyway. I don't think it would have just opened everything up. I'll look for it after stream. Alright, here we go. Last match of the day to see who else goes to the lower bracket. Who's gonna go play Vatic? I would say Bad Zinger is the underdog here. Only Bad Zinger. Man, things have changed. When Bad Zinger was first announced, they were referred to as a Russian clan. I'm curious why that was. Or how that's changed. Vatic playing Electros in lower bracket? You think so? I hope not. Then I might not even watch tomorrow. If my favorite teams are both in the lower bracket, we don't want that. So I don't have a lot of faith in a lower bracket run, let's be real. I think whoever pushes through the upper bracket probably wins the golden ticket. But then again, if Staminizzi can push all the way through in the upper bracket, then whoever pushes the lower bracket wins the golden ticket, since they already have one. They showed the bracket in stream? Yeah, we've seen the bracket. Oh, Electros, not one of these teams. I see what you're saying. I got it mixed up. I was thinking Elevate. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. So wait, who do these guys play then? Not that I'm eager to interrupt this Root Rider attack that is very interesting. Oh, so the winner, or the loser of this one plays Tribe. I see. I see. Okay. Well, that's not so bad then. I still prefer Elevate not go down, but we'll see what happens. Maybe Bad Zinger wins the golden ticket. You were wondering how that would work? Don't mind me. Sometimes my yapper outpaces my thinker. It happens. At least that attack has witches. It's somewhat different. Yep, that's that variety we were looking for. Just like sometimes we have a fireball, sometimes we have the RC charge. Variety. Is this gonna be a triple. I don't know. 2 ricochet cannons on the back end. It's weird that the cameraman hears me. Who's actually casting this? Oh, it was Lexnos and somebody else. I don't remember now. I can't hear them. Getting high on roots. Root rollers. Bash, okay. This is gonna be time. I'm actually not even confident that this would triple if it wasn't time, honestly. Good try to Sean. Good try, good try. Not sure if it's Mohawk Bash or not. Mohawk is an interesting choice, that's for sure. I think if I had hair, I don't think that that's what I would do with it, to be honest. But hey, that's part of Bash's personality, I suppose. At least it's not green anymore. Green was a wild choice. At least it's just regular Mohawk. Alright, Mr. Max. The man of the drama last year. That ended up working out so well in his favor, that whole situation. We'll see if he gets to go to Atlanta. I wonder if any of these NA guys would go to Atlanta even if they don't get the ticket. Obviously, Max is an NA guy. All of HTM, it'd be neat to still see them go down there if they don't win. Which, for HTM, it's not looking good. Those fellas have got to get it together. We want to see NA representation. Maybe one of these years. He spends a lot of hair gel. I used to as well. Fun fact. I didn't have a mohawk, but I used to like to spike up my bangs when I had them. Back in, like, freaking middle school. Not even kidding. I had hair gel and hairspray. So I would let my bangs grow out real long, and then I'd spike them up with hair gel and put some hairspray on it to make them solid. It was a look. I'll have to try to find pictures. Good times. Yeah, it was definitely middle school, because by the time I got into high school, the hair was leaving the head, and I was like, oh god, what's happening? Blame my parents for the horrible hair genetics. I got worse hair than my dad does. That's crazy. Do it? We need pics? Maybe. You know, if we do a subathon soon, that would actually be a good reward. Is just, I'll put together like a little photo album of old pictures of me. See me without a beard and with hair. And then those pictures would be out there. They're probably out there. I mean, if you tried, you could probably find them, but let's not. I know a few of them are publicly on the internet. And then there was one year in middle school that I remember I just let my hair grow the whole year, and it was a bad idea. It looked terrible. I looked homeless. Does he have this? Come on, Max. Yeah, he's got this. This is a triple all day long. Nicely done. Hey, that's the shirt. That's where his shirt went. Except Lexnos' shirt had his name on it. But I'm going to run with the theory that Lexnos changed his shirts because he had to give it to Max. Why Max removes his glasses for attacks? Losing sight when you need to see the most. It's the Clark Kent situation. When he has his glasses on, he's just regular Max, but he takes them off and he's Super Max. There's Demo. Where's Demo from? I actually have no idea. Oh, you can't see his face. That's fine. Now you can see his face. There he is. I have no idea where Demo's from. I feel like I should. I want to say he's North America, but I don't remember. stash. He does have a stash, a little one. One of these days he'll be able to grow a full one. This is spicy. Oh, it's maybe a little too spicy. Okay, he's fine. Did he just clap? Why does he have 6 lightning spells? What's happening? Look, it's more variety in Root Rider attacks. Amazing, we have lightning spells now. That's actually highly unusual. I'm curious what the lightning spells are for. I was gonna say, if the cameraman would zoom out just a smidge. What are you... Dude, stop zooming in. I want to see if a fireball goes flying. No, there's a giant arrow. Nice. We didn't know there was a giant arrow coming because we were zoomed all the way in on the core. Well, that was a neat little trick. I like that. It zaps and a giant arrow gets rid of a bunch of stuff in the middle. Just barely missed that other Inferno Tower. Very cool, very cool. Alright, we got rocket balloons coming out. Still poisons on the furnace. Now, the rocket balloons, like I said, they're not 100% effective. In this case, not effective. But it still gives you a chance that sometimes they'll poison away from the furnace. Also, when you're playing against these players, your chance is probably lower because they know they know it's a diversion. So I'd be curious to see what would happen if they started running a bunch of headhunters. Hello, Abo Kill. Welcome in. There's a shop. That's news to me. Hold on, let me bring that up. Where did it go? Say I lost my Twitch thing. There we go. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm gonna open up this shop and see what the heck's on it. There shouldn't be a shop. Botrix is trying to sell merch without my permission. That's funny. And it's in Spanish. Tiendo de Willey Gaming. No tiendo. It's not even gonna load. What a scam. I'm on to you, Botrix. Actually, why is Botrix over there? I probably don't need it anymore, to be honest. Nice try to demo. Boob's not... Oh, is it gonna get the building? Nice. Last second extra percentage. No room for creativity. There's at least a little room. The lightning spells is pretty cool. But as far as troops go, not so much. Lexnos has got to get his shirt back from Max so he can represent Clash of Clans. Lexnos is also in a basement. At least it looks like it. His basement looks a little nicer than mine, though. I'll trade him. It failed, though. That's true. And that's why I get your point now. That's why we don't have the room for creativity. Sigh. I think the first version of the hard mode was better before they made hard mode harder. Because a big part of the reason why we don't see very much variation in attacks is because hard mode is just too hard. It limits the amount of options that the players have that actually work. So they need to turn that back. They did say that hard mode is a work in progress, so I'm very curious to see if and when they'll make some changes. Like, on one hand, it'd be surprising if they make changes, like, during the World Championship cycle, but then again, they did that last year when hard mode was a brand new thing. They were making changes pretty much the whole way through. But I also remember that qualifiers didn't use hard mode last year, which I thought was super dumb. Even though it was a work in progress and changing, they still should have used hard mode last year during qualifiers. So I think the teams that would have qualified might have been different. It's like, do the good old straight OG routes or be punished? Yeah, exactly. Supercell would be like, hey, you guys asked for it. I mean, we were excited about hard mode. It's not an easy thing to do. In all fairness to Supercell, the balancing game is tricky. Also, that RC just got absolutely nuked. What are you doing, Padalino? Got a king ability and a queen ability, but I don't see any shot this is a 3-star. I think he's going to be lucky to get this into the 80s. There's a spiky ball. Oh my goodness. Yikes. That's a big yikes. Good try. At least they have the star advantage for now. But a triple from Badzinger, and they're going to be right there in the lead. Good try. Oh, we had a 100% hit rate? Yikes. Uh-oh. Pato is fired too? And not just going down from a 100% hit rate, but to lose it on a hit like that is unfortunate. If you're under that 85% mark, that's not good. It's going to be Dima next. Dima, I think Dima's the only Badzinger OG that remains. He was with Badzinger way back in the day. His name used to be Dima Hammer Time. And I always called him Hammer Time, and then he changed his name to just Dima. I bet if I looked through my old videos, I would find a Badzinger recap that had Dima Hammer Time in it. And then none of the other players would be recognizable because they're all gone. I think some of them were Russian and were probably removed from the game. Because like I said, they used to refer to Badzinger as a Russian team. I don't know where Dima's from. But I mean, clearly he's still playing, so if he was Russian, he wouldn't be allowed to do this. You used to play in a clan called Hammer Time? Nice. Why no Russians? When the whole Ukraine situation fired up and Russia attacked, Supercell banned all Russian players from playing the game, and I'm pretty sure that's still enacted. Lewis Hamilton. I don't know who Lewis Hamilton is. That's messed up. Yep. It's pretty crazy. It's like, oh, your country's in a war, so none of you can play the game anymore. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still a ban that's in place. It's like, what? I mean, imagine the USA went to war with Iran, and then Supercell's like, you guys just attacked Iran, so we're gonna ban all Americans from playing Clash of Clans. I would lose my mind. I would be so upset. You don't know Lewis Hamilton, 8-time world champ. Does he play sports? I have no idea. Formula 1. Ah, racing. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, you should be happy that I know that Formula 1 is racing. That's as far as my knowledge of that goes. It's like special cars, right? There's little skinny ones. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. Nice try to Dima. This one's not gonna get it. Alright. It's gonna be a close match. Puts only Badzinger up to 6 stars. 6 points, Jesus. I'm losing my touch. I'm sorry. Special skinny cars, yeah. Like the ones that Tony Stark was in. What's that one race? I know it from the show Archer. But now I can't think of it. Yeah, forget about it. I was gonna say I know about that race, but now I can't even think of the name of it. The Grand Prix, I think. I never had a touch to lose. That's true. Welcome in, Skulls. How's it going? Kind of like a go-kart, yeah. A fast go-kart. I mean, it'd be fun to race. I'd be down to do it. I just don't think, for me personally, watching it's not all that exciting. But then again, I watch Root Riders on Clash of Clans, so who am I to judge? Oh my goodness. And it is, of course, another Root Rider attack. We are all very excited and happy to see that. Yeah, so also going over things, I think the plan for tomorrow is I'm going to do pretty much what I did today. And we're going to start like halfway into the day. Because I'm not watching all these matches. This is just terrible. I'm only interested in seeing who gets eliminated and who wins the golden ticket. So today was who gets eliminated. Tomorrow we get to see who wins the golden ticket. So I'll see what the schedule is that Supercell posts, and then we'll figure out a good starting time. And maybe I'll put some, like, maybe I'll put my gameplay up and put it, like, somewhere over the top of the scoreboard or something, and I'll just farm while we do it. Do my Legends attacks. It starts with the lower bracket tomorrow. Of course it does. Maybe, okay, here's another thing we can do. Maybe we just don't watch the upper bracket matches tomorrow until the end. Because I could do other stuff in between matches. I don't want to watch like 6 hours of this. Just being super honest. Yeah, you're right though. I think they do start with eliminations tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is not looking great for Leo, by the way. Do it? Maybe. Maybe we'll just do it. I mean, to be fair, tomorrow is going to be a lot more interesting because we're actually going all the way through doing eliminations and then finding out who gets the golden ticket. So that does help make things more interesting. This went from not looking too good to maybe. He still has an ice golem we can send into the backside. The enemy prince is going to be obnoxious. He might have a shot here though. Snake bracelet and bouncy ball. Yes, we see that. Now click on the queen and see what she's got. Oh, too late. You missed it. You're just going to have to watch the ability and see what it is. He's got a triple here, though. I'm actually surprised. I didn't think it was looking good. Nicely done to Leo. And Elevate. Elevate are moving right along, putting the pressure on the Badzinger. Put Archer on the hot seat and leave. 6 hours of the same attack is too much, especially after 2 years. Clash of Roots. Yes. See, I'm not the only one with the Root Rider exhaustion. But we'll watch it tomorrow and see who we're going to get to meet up with in Atlanta. See who we're going to get to meet. So when I do go to Atlanta for Worlds, I'm going to try to vlog in person. The only thing that could be an issue with doing like a live vlog, or I guess just IRL streaming. So I'll try to walk around an IRL stream, but I don't know how loud the venue's going to be. So that could be the only problem, is trying to talk to people if they're blaring music. Which is why I was surprised that they're doing it at DreamHack. Like, DreamHack was a fine venue for North America Mobile Open, but for Worlds is kind of crazy. Because it's so loud. There's so much other stuff going on. So Clash of Clans is technically just a small part of the overall event. Although I'm just going to be there for Clash of Clans. Root Rider fatigue is real. Yes, it is. We have balance changes coming, though. And I'm really hoping that it does help balance things out. But we'll see. That's what turned you into a Reaper in the first place. But yeah, I don't know. I am excited for Atlanta, though. I do think it's going to be a good time. Is it the best venue for Clash of Clans? Not really, but hey, we'll take what we can get. On the bright side, having North America-based World Championship makes it so much easier and cheaper for me to go. That's why it's like, as soon as they announced it, it's like, yeah, I'm going to be there. Like, I was probably going to try to go there anyway, but a trip to Europe is much more difficult for me. It's amazing I made it happen last year. You can always hope. True. But yeah, it's going to be fun. We know Lexnos is going. Somebody said Eric is going, which is awesome. Because I got to see Eric in San Diego, but I didn't really get to talk to him. I only got to see him for like a brief period of time. Does Mr. ND have this? I don't think so. There's a lot. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I'm just going to say it. If this attack proves me wrong, I'll be very impressed. Good try to ND. This could be a low percentage, I think. Fox Warden going down. King still has his ball to bounce. Still has a Root Rider in the mix, but not for long. Alright, bounce your ball, King. You can probably get it up to 80, 80. I don't know if he can get 85. There's 80. There's so many snakes with the snake bracelet, it's crazy. And keep in mind that these equipments are not even max. They can't be in hard mode. He actually got way more percentage than I thought. This ended up being decent for percentage. Good try. The only balance change that we need is Weed Killer for all these pesky roots. Yeah. The Turd Surfers. I'm an advocate for making, for letting Spring Traps bounce them out of here. I think that would balance them real quick. They should have done that a year ago. More than a year ago. They should have done it as soon as the troop was introduced. Weed Killer, yeah. A new level of Springtrap brought to you by Raid. I guess Raid is more for bugs, right? I'm thinking of, shoot. I can't even think of the herbicide now. There's a popular herbicide and I'm blanking. But we can figure something out. We'll spray him with Raid anyway. Bernal. He's got a mustache too. He's also got a bit of a, like a thin mustache. Very fancy. Roundup, yes, that's the one. New level of Springtrap brought to you by Roundup. We'd all be using Town Hall 7's best troops at Town Hall 17 if Roots got sprung. Well, this is what I said last stream as well, is they would have to make it so that Spring Traps can spring Roots, and Seeking Airmines can one-shot Dragons. Because obviously, if Roots became much more difficult, Dragons would immediately be the next problem. But you can nip that in the butt by making Seeking Airmines much stronger. Monsanto's cancer juice, that's another way to put it, yeah. What are you talking about, Rhonda? Monsanto has nothing but our best interests in mind. They love us. And they would never want to see us be harmed. Where's my paycheck, Monsanto? Imagine. Alright, how's Bernal doing? I'm not even really paying attention to these attacks at this point. But hey, that's the fun of it. We got people here in chat. We could just kind of hang out and chit-chat while the attacks happen in the background and see what happens. And then if the balance changes actually have an impact and we get to see a bit of a new meta for next month, I'll actually go back to commentating attacks like I used to. We're going to have to watch some community matches again after the balance changes drop, just to see what changes may or may not happen. But I think it might take like a week or so before anything actually starts to shift. Because, you know, people have to actually try them out and practice and all that. I think Hydra's going to make a comeback with the Dragon Rider buff. Although that's not exactly a very big change. It's just dragons with some Dragon Riders in the mix. It functions essentially the same way. Super Bowler Smash might make a comeback, though. I think that's a possibility. What else is getting buffed? Hog Riders, or Super Hog Riders are getting buffed, but I don't think that's going to make a change. At least for hard mode. For normal mode, I think it will. You need a little grain mill to make your own flour. That would be pretty cool. Then we just use loons again with drags. Well, if Seeking Air Mines and Spring Traps were both buffed to where they could one-shot either or, sure, there are ways around it. Like, you could use Giants to trigger Spring Traps and so on and so forth. But the thing that it does is it makes base building a lot more impactful. So that would make that would put a lot of power back in the hands of base builders. So obviously Root Riders and Dragons would still be strong, especially against poorly built bases. But really well-built bases are going to have Seeking Air Mines in places that balloons can't really get to them so easily, and Spring Traps in places that other troops can't trigger them so easily. So, and those are things that I really like about those ideas. Because I think if you put more power in the hands of base builders, then that just makes the overall thing better. Plus, I'm a big base builder guy, so... And if it helps us sell some bases, I'm all for that too. But I do like having the defensive aspect of the game play bigger roles. Whereas in the current hard mode, you just put on a base and then hope it defends against Root Riders. Because hard mode is so hard, you can get away with a lot of defensive errors. And people will never notice it. Be nice if the game was harder, you get a stupid amount of ties. Oh yeah, for normal mode. I think hard mode should be an option for wars. Because I know for some clans, and this was true for us for a while, is you find normal mode way too easy. Now here lately, and I don't really understand why, we've been actually struggling in normal mode. But for when we're actually doing well, and getting a bunch of ties like you guys are, it would be nice to have the option to play regular wars in hard mode. With more loot? Yeah, with more loot. I mean, I definitely think there should be more of a reward for the higher difficulty too. Especially since that's going to push more teams to actually do hard mode. If there's no incentive to do it outside of avoiding ties, I don't think a lot of clans would do it. I think they'd be afraid to lose. So it would have to have some incentive. But if it had more ore, I'd be super down. Because, let's be honest, we get tiddlywinks of ores right now. So give us double ores and we'll do it. And that's if we're struggling, I don't even care. We'll just struggle harder. All aboard the struggle bus. Especially Starry Ore, yeah. I don't feel like I can ever catch up on epics, to be honest. They release them too fast, and there's just no way to catch up without spending money. Like, the only money I spend on ores is buying the event pass, which I think is fair. But the ore packs that they put in the shop are a straight up scam. Nice attack here from Ninja. And another triple on the board for Only Bad Zinger. Alright. That's a huge triple, too, going into... Well, that was their last attack. So in the last round of attacks, I don't know if they still have a chance to win or not. Were they down by 2? They might have been down by 2. If they were, then there's no shot. Because that only puts them up to 11 stars. But it's nice for them to go out on a strong note. But it looks like Only Bad Zinger going down to the lower bracket. But yeah, as I was saying, the problem that I have with the ore packs, especially like Starry Ore, if you're going to charge me $6 for a pack of Starry Ore, it needs to be enough Starry Ore to do a level of equipment. I feel like that's not too much to ask. Enough Starry Ore to do one level of equipment no matter what level it is. So essentially what I'm saying is you should get 150 Starry Ore for $6. Because for one, if I'm buying Starry Ore, that's what I need is the last level. That one or the one before it that's 120. And I don't think it's fair to charge $6 and not even get a level out of it. That's crazy. But that's my 2 cents. And I vote with my wallet. I have never bought a pack of Starry Ore, and as long as it costs that much, I never will. I'll buy the event pass, though. And I have been buying the event pass, which is why it's crazy that I still can never catch up. It's impossible. And it's not like I don't do wars. We war back to back. We even usually do wars during CWL, although the last couple of months I haven't done it because I'm just too busy. Unless we find somebody else to run it, I'm not going to do those anymore. I got too much going on because now I got an org I got to take care of. So I'm going to be even busier. He's got that Lava Hound in the ice block again. This is at least something that's somewhat new that came out of the last update that they haven't been doing before, which is use a Lava Hound with an ice block to tank an air defense for a longer period of time. And here we go. We got the dragons coming in. We got the we have the Lava Hound yet? I don't see it. Not yet. No, he's still hanging on to it. But we'll see the Lava Hound go through, and I'd imagine that's where the ice block will go. Alright, there's that Lava Hound on the left side. A little early, I think, actually. But there's the ice block. Alright. It's going to tank the damage for a bit longer. Alright. Get through the air defense. Perfect. So that Lava Hound actually tanks for a while. Get through the air defense. Doesn't lose any dragons to the air defense because of the spell. Pops the Prince ability. That was a nice ability, too. Freezing up everything down the middle of the base. Alright. Or if time could be a factor, that'd be nice. You do fast attacks. Oh yeah, for the tiebreakers in normal war. Yeah, draws are just annoying. Especially when you get a bunch of them. Because you only get half your loot if you draw. And that's including ores. You're only getting half your ores. Alright, Celino. Not quite going to get it. Going to fall a little bit short, but it doesn't matter. They only needed a 2-star any percentage to win this match and elevate. We'll stay in the upper bracket. We'll see them up there tomorrow, facing off with Staminizzi. Missed that monolith by a hair. Yeah, it was close. Oh, man. But of course, tomorrow they don't start with the upper bracket. Tomorrow's going to start off with the lower bracket matches. So we can see who goes home nice and early. Are they going to show us the bracket one more time here before they close it out? Maybe? Man, I can't believe it's 6 o'clock. This stream is so long. They started this at noon. So it's going to be almost a 6.5 hour stream for Clash of Clans. For the main channel. That's why it's nice for them to have a rotation of casters. When I did JCC casting with Coco, it was just us for the whole thing. I don't think it was quite this long. But it was still a lot. And then especially when your co-caster has to take a break here and there. But it actually wasn't too bad. It was fine. I'm curious how long those were, but here's the bracket, by the way. I'm still just yapping. Yeah, Elevate versus Dizzy. That'll be the last upper bracket match before we find out which of these goes to the grand final. Please, Elevate, do your thing. And then Electros versus Badzinger. I don't really care who wins through that. Vatic versus Tribe. Honestly, I'm fine with either one of these. I'd like to see Tribe kind of go crazy mode and actually push all the way through. But I'd also like to see Vatic get a golden ticket. So I'm kind of indifferent for this whole thing. I'd like to see Elevate get a golden ticket. I think if they win this match against Dizzy, I'd say the odds are pretty good. But if Dizzy win, that's going to make things real interesting for this lower bracket. Because then they're all fighting for this guaranteed golden ticket spot, essentially. Vatic versus Tribe. Yeah, Vatic versus Tribe. I feel like if I had to put like a percentage on it, I'd say at least an 80% chance that Vatic wins that match. But it depends on which Tribe Gaming shows up. Because Tribe Gaming can be OP at times. Although less often here lately, it seems, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good time. Let me see if I can find this as well. Also, we can put this live again. I don't know if they're showing anything else. Probably not. Ah, they got some stats. Max for the MVP. Nice. Is this the one? I guess ours was long. So this was also 6 hours. This one was a little over 5 hours, so it wasn't quite as long. But I think tomorrow's stream for the Clash of Clans is also a bit shorter. So I think there are fewer matches, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't think it was that long, though. That's crazy. Look, it's me! That was fun. I hope they let me do it again, but I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I did way better on day 2. I should rerun this at some point. Just restream it. I don't know if GCC would have an issue with that. This was Town Hall 15. Oh my god. Seems like it was a long time ago. I guess it was. Alright, but that is gonna be it. I am gonna head out for tonight. It doesn't even seem like it's been 3 hours, to be honest. It's been kind of chatting. We're gonna do kind of the same thing tomorrow. And then Monday we'll be back to some of our regular shenanigans. Your prediction for Tribe is still on? Oh yeah, we should have done predictions today for the matches. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. Where's Killerbot? He's always asking for predictions. He didn't show up today. Tomorrow we'll do some channel point stuff if you guys remind me. I had to add in the if you guys remind me. Let's see who's live. Is it just the Clash of Clans channel? Matt Gizmo just went live. We'll raid the official channel. Just, I know they're about to head out anyway. Let's raid somebody else then, actually. It's not like I'm gonna get any followers off of raiding the channel. Matt Gizmo raided us the other day. So we'll return the favor there. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Alright. So we're gonna head out for the evening. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll actually start at the beginning of the stream tomorrow, so we'll be here at about noon tomorrow. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you then. Until then, take care. See you guys later. Thank you for watching, Meds. Appreciate it. See you later, Shivam. See you, Rhonda. See you later, Fussy Boots.